up, guys? This is Chris Boyd from Network Depot. I'm going to talk to you today about flat rate fees and why you should pay them over paying pay-by-the-hour companies, right? So you've already made the decision to go with a managed service provider. You've seen the value in that. Now you're looking at the two options, a flat rate or pay-by-the-hour. So let's delve a little bit deeper into that and go behind what I think every decision in a business comes down to and what it boils down to, and that's money, obviously, and relationship. So I have two graphics here, and that's one, customer, that's you guys, and then two is pay by the hour, and that's the provider, right? So let's go a little bit further into where the risk is and if there is any risk. So what's the attractiveness about pay by the hour? You only pay for what you use, right? That to me, that's attractive. I'm not gonna pay you unless you work, right? So for them, they only get paid when they work. Again, where's the risk? There is no risk, right? Or is there? So you always know your cost with pay by the hour, and they always know their revenue in pay by the hour? No, they don't. You don't know your cost. Could be, what are you paying next month? Your Exchange server goes down, your office manager, their email goes down, they can't connect to their file server, your accountant can't access QuickBooks. What is it, right? So you don't know what your next month is going to cost you, and they don't know what the next month is going to make them. That to me is the riskiest decision of all, right? So you don't pay unless there are issues, and they don't make money unless there are issues, and that's what this boils down to. And that's the relationship that I want to dive a little bit deeper into and drill down into, right? So let's say in a flat rate relationship, you're paying $1,000 a month, right? So your provider is making $1,000 a month. You don't call them any times they make $1,000, right? You call them, 5 times. Well, they have to pull resources and their technicians to service you, right, and support you. They have to pick up the phone, they have to resolve the issue, sometimes they have to go out on site, right? So that costs them money. So say every time they answer the phone and pay by the hour, that's $125, right? So 125 times 5, right? You're not a profitable client for them. What's the margin of what they're making on you? Every time you call them, they lose money. But we just said over here, every time you call pay by the hour, they make money. That's the relationship that I think that you want out of your IT support, right? You don't want issues. You don't. Do you want reoccurring problems? What if those same 5 problems happened every month, on top of your Exchange server going down, on top of you not being able to access QuickBooks, on top of a hack, a virus that gets on your machines, right? So it behooves your provider in a flat rate relationship to get you running smoothly. They don't want these reoccurring problems, right? Because every time that you call them, they lose money. You become a less profitable client. Does that sound like a relationship that you would want? Yes, for me, absolutely. I don't want the risk that's associated with I don't know what I'm paying next month. And I don't want the relationship of, hey, they make money when my stuff breaks. So let's take this into an analogy, right? I was thinking about this and what's a good way for people to actually relate to this without talking about IT, right? That's difficult to do, but I think I came up with it. So let's say you took your company out to dinner, okay? That's an easy example. You took your company out to dinner and you've been to this place 100 times, you know what the bill is gonna be. It's gonna be $1,000, right? So your whole company goes out, it's gonna be $1,000 check. Your tip is gonna be, let's say you're generous, right? So you're gonna pay 20% on the tip. So your total is gonna come out to $1,200, right? You already know that. Before you walk in, your bill is gonna be $1,200. Now, wouldn't it be an interesting dynamic if you just set $200 in the middle of the table and you told your waiter and you said, hey, every time I need you, to come fill up my water, to come replace the bread bowl, to clear the dishes, my food's cold. Every time I need you, I'm gonna take away $10. And that's an interesting dynamic now, right? Because what do you think the waiter's doing? Do you think he's over here waiting for you to call him? Or do you think he's coming over every 2 seconds, checking on you, making sure your cups are filled, making sure he gets those $200? Because every time he screws up, you're a less profitable table. Obviously, you're not going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. But I think that's a real world example of how that dynamic is changed when the money is changed. So if you want to think about that a little bit further, that's a flat rate relationship instead of pay by the hour. And that's a relationship that I would want my business to run off of. Anyway, this is Chris Boyd from Network Depot. Again, feel free to call me. My contact information is at the end of the video, and I look forward to talking. All right, thanks, bye.